Hi there, good morning. It's another wonderful day to talk business. My name is Blyden Okem, coming to you from the beautiful hills of Ibiakoran, and it's Business 360. In Business 360 today, a new study has revealed that Nigerians and citizens of other third nations would face a serious food crisis in the event of a nuclear war between Russia and the United States, pending the situation in Ukraine. In the report published by Rogers University, researchers expressed fear that a nuclear conflict would lead to catastrophic disruption in food supplies, especially in Nigeria and other third world countries. I don't know what your thought would be, but I'm not thinking in the same direction. It is not going to happen that way. It will affect the global economy and all thereof. It will be a huge consequence in today's market, showing the problems of the world and why the world needs to avoid a huge level of war and problems. It is getting higher and difficult throughout the world, and it is showing the difficulty among food prices and all around the world is affecting from the US to China, Japan, Africa. Well, Chinese internet giant hand algorithm data to government, talking about giants like Alibaba. The Chinese internet giants, including Alibaba, TikTok owner, ByteDance, and Tencent, have shared details of their algorithms with China's regulators for the first time. Algorithms decide what users see and the order they see it in, and are critical to driving the growth of social media platforms. Imagine government controlling your social media platform. They are closely guarded by companies. In the US, Meta, Alphabet have successfully argued they are trade secrets amid calls for more disclosure. They're saying they cannot go for that. The Cyberspace Administration of China, CAC, has published a list with a description of 30 algorithms. It's getting serious. No wonder the loggerheads between US and China. We'll be having many stories around the UK economy, but we'll begin with UK as they hope to receive shipments from Australian gas next week. The UK is expected to take delivery of a shipment of gas all the way from Australia next week as the pressure on European energy supplies grows. The liquid natural gas, LNG, is due to arrive on the 22nd August, according to commodities analyst Kepler. Australia doesn't usually sell gas this far afield, but European countries have been seeking alternatives to Russian gas following the invasion of Ukraine. The UK stopped importing gas from Russia in April, while the UK bought only a small fraction of its gas from Russia before the conflict began. The country is connected to the European gas network. Continental Europe is much more reliant on Russian gas and delivered via the Nord Stream pipeline, which have already been curtailed. Moscow has been accused of using gas as a political weapon, and there are fears it could cut supplies to European countries altogether if there is no resolution to the crisis. In Europe, it's getting difficult as Russia seems to slow down gas supplies to other European countries, especially talking about Germany. But UK are looking into other alternatives immediately. They're going towards Australian gas. Still talking to you in UK, we're looking at UK's inflation rate as it hits 10.1%. Prices are continuing to rise at their fastest rate for more than 40 years, with UK inflation passing double digits for the first time since 1982. Inflation statistics. The Bank of England has said inflation, the rate at which the prices rise, could peak at more than 13%. The figure was higher than economists expected, with rising food prices making the biggest contribution. Households' budgets, with prices rising faster than wages. You can imagine it's his top priority. I understand that times are tough, and people are worried about increases in prices that countries around the world are facing, he said. Although there are no easy solutions, we are hoping where we can through a $37 billion support package, with further payments for those on the lowest income, pensioners and the disabled, and £400 off energy bills for everyone in the coming month. It seemed like a good support system from the UK, £400 off energy bills. Could that change the dynamics of what's happening in the economy of the UK regarding the inflation rate? Only time will tell. But let's move quickly to energy market. Oil remain under pressure at 6-month low. Nigeria's price benchmark, talking about the Brent crude, traded below $92 per barrel, while WTI crude futures remain under pressure at around $86 per barrel today, the lowest since February, as mounting risks to a global recession and a potential boost in Iranian supply more than offsets a larger than expected decline in US crude inventories. The EU said on Tuesday, analysts said that a potential deal could unleash about 2.5 million barrels per day of Iranian crude to the global market. Investors also continued to grapple with the risks of a global economic slowdown that could heavily impact energy demand, with major central banks set to raise interest rates further to bring down inflation. Could that work? Time will tell. Meanwhile, an industry report showed that U.S. crude stockpiles fell by 448,000 barrels last week, compared with market forecast of 117,000 barrels drop. Well, let's have a quick look at the energy market and what the energy market tells in today's early morning market. The intensities are high, talking about crude oil, Brent crude oil. The prices are below normal level. There have been recent drops on the price of crude oil, but will it steady out? Only time will tell. Let's see. Crude oil at current price, talking about the WTI, is at $0.16 per barrel. 0.3 price benchmark is at $91.945 per barrel, a drop of 0.39 points, which is equivalent to 0.42% drop. It's a fourth day of fall for crude oil, talking about the US crude and the Brent crude. Natural gas seems to continually be up on a fourth-day stretch at 0.52% increase, a 9.377 dollars. Gasoline is also up. Derivatives of crude oil seem to be up. Gasoline percentage of 0.28% upward. Coal is dropping for energy market at $405 per ton, and the rest of the market seems to be mostly downward, exception of uranium, which is slightly stable, not moving up, not moving downward. Methanol in the same position, doing the bit they can. Talking about the market, we'll also have a quick look at the FX market as sterlings hold above 2-year high, rather 2-year low, not high this time. It's been struggling in recent times. The British pound has been holding above the $1.2 level after having touched a 2-year low of $1.18 on July 14th, supported by expectations for more Bank of England interest rate hikes. UK inflation picked up to 10.1% in July, the highest since 1982 and above market expectations, boosting bets that the Bank of England will lift borrowing costs by another 50 basis points in September. Financial market price in a 96% chance that the Bank of England will raise its main interest rate by half a percentage point to 2.25% in its next meeting on September 15th, which would be the 7th consecutive rate hike and pushing borrowing costs to the highest since 2008. The central bank delivered a 50 basis point rate hike in August for the first time since 1995 and projected inflation to peak at 18.3% in October and the country to enter a recession in the fourth quarter and lasting for 5 good quarters. The latest job reports already showed signs that the labor market is starting to cool. Good stories coming out from the economy, and the possibilities and projections and expectations are being met. At this point, we'll go on a short break. When we return, we'll be looking at the prices of cooking gas in Nigeria and its impact on the populace. Don't go anywhere. Thank you for staying tuned. My name is Blyden Okem and it's Business 360. We'll be looking at the latest NBA's report talking about cooking gas price as it rises by over 100% this year. The price of household cooking gas, known as liquefied petroleum gas (LPG), rose by over 100% year on year, according to a report from the Nigeria Bureau of Statistics (NBS). On a month-on-month basis, the average retail price for refilling a 5 kg cylinder of liquefied petroleum gas, cooking gas as popularly known, increased by 7.57%. The commodities price increase from 3,921.35 naira recorded in May 2022 to 4,218.38 naira in June 2022. This indicates a 103.93% increase from June 2021 when a 5 kg gas was sold for 2,069 naira. The state's profile analysis shows that Adamawa State recorded the highest average price for refilling a 5 kg cylinder of cooking gas with 4,650 naira, followed by Gombe State with 4,566 naira and Niger State with 4,540 naira. What is the price of cooking gas in your area? What's the price of cooking gas around Ibiakoran? Well, talking about cooking gas and how this could affect, what will the common man do? This is why we have to look at the prices of agricultural products, and now it's time to look at the current price in the agricultural market. The agricultural market gives a pinpoint to what current prices are and direct effect on the economy. Market prices are on the green, showing that most prices are upward, beginning with soybeans. Soybean at current price is $1,461 per bushel, moving up in today's market at 7.25 points, a 0.5% growth in today's market. Wheat similarly upward, but it's been a story about wheat all through this year and last year because of Russia's invasion of Ukraine. Russia and Ukraine are the highest suppliers of wheat in the world. They contribute about 50% of wheat exports all around the globe. So with the issue in Russia, it's really been affecting the price of wheat in the market, and the Black Sea region difficulties that have been taking place. Recent discussion and agreement had tried to settle this dispute, at least to let Ukrainian wheat move for exports, but it's still being difficult. Looking at other markets, lumber still upward, palm oil upward, price of milk upward. Rubber seems to be a bit downward, $149 per kg. Orange juice, the same thing, downward a bit, but coffee upward, canola, cotton downward, and tea upward. It's been a difficult time, especially when it has to do with food. Looking at inflation rates that's taking place around the world. In Nigeria, it's increased to 19.01%, and continually it's still increasing, showing that the prices of goods and produce are going upward. We'll be looking at CBN stories now, as CBN reduces external reserves by $337 million to defend the naira. Nigeria's external reserve fell to $38.882 billion as the Central Bank of Nigeria, CBN, pumps foreign exchange into the forex market to defend the naira as the domestic currency struggles against the dollar. According to CBN's data, within 2 weeks, the foreign reserves shed $337 million, dropping from $39.219 billion it closed with in July to $38.882 billion, indicating the central bank had dipped into the reserve. Now, the external reserve has been on a downward path since July 18th, after enjoying an upward trajectory that saw it rise by $976 million from $38.421 billion as of June 6 to $39.445 billion. However, since July, the external reserves has declined by $563 million. They're doing that bit in order to support the naira. The naira is struggling against the dollars. But we'll look at a quick look have a quick look at the situation with Naira against the foreign currencies, as Naira slides further against dollars as FX scarcity persists amid efforts from the CBN rather. The Nigerian currency continued its poor performance against the United States dollar as forex scarcity piled more pressure on the official foreign exchange market on Tuesday, and data from the FMDQ Securities showed that the Nigerian currency closed with 430.67 million naira at the investors and exporters window on Tuesday. This represented a 0.15%. A total of $50.4 million was traded by participants at the official market on Tuesday, a massive drop from 130 on the black market on Tuesday. Let's have a quick look at the foreign exchange market and looking at moving straight to the stock market and the outlook of the stock market this morning. Nigeria's stock market, you could see, Nigerian breweries seem to be on a downward turn at 44.7 price level, index price level. Okomo, oil palm, also downward. The stock market has been shaped up one way or the other, and it's struggling a bit in recent times. Yesterday, the Nigerian stock. But a quick look at the Nigerian stock market. Investors pocket 43.1 billion as Nigeria's stock market ends losses. The Nigerian capital market rebounded from last 3 consecutive losses, with the equity capitalization closing at 26.81 trillion, higher than the 26.76 trillion posted by the bourse at the close of trading on Monday. The all-share index appreciated by up from 49,629.43 recorded the previous day, and investors traded 204.16 million shares valued at 1.64 billion naira in 3,642 deals. Curtis led the gainers with 15 kobo to drop from 3 naira 55 kobo to 3 naira 20 kobo per share. First Bank of Nigeria Holdings led the day's trading with 36.83 million shares valued at 396.17 million naira. This was the outlook yesterday, and it shows what might happen in today's market, as many people are anticipating probably a positive look in today's market compared to yesterday's decline on the bearish outlook, though many investors made some profit from the market. This is how far we can go on Business 360 today. We'll come your way the next day, and don't go anywhere for any reason, because News at 12 is next. My name is Blyden Ukem. It's been Business 360 all the way with you. Thank you for watching.